Well, hello everybody, this is Omicronage, and today I'm here for a Telos guide. First, I'm going to show you guys the three main mechanics of Telos, and I'm going to show you guys how to deal with them. Then I'll show you the four main phases and how to get, I'll kind of explain how to get your first couple of kills. After that, I'll show you guys how to do the fifth phase, which is introduced at and above 100% Enrage. So yeah, without further ado, let's kick it off. The first mechanic we encounter is when Telos binds you to the floor whilst hitting you for rapid damage, and you need to DPS him to get free. On 0% Enrage, this is always 3000 damage, but this increases whenever your Enrage goes up. I normally have a threshold ready for when this attack comes so you can get out of it really quickly without taking much damage. Also note that Telos is healing himself when he does this special, so you want to DPS him as quick as possible since this only adds up to your kill time. The second mechanic is when Telos charges his fist and then uppercuts you for heavy damage. On low Enrage this is negligible, but on higher Enrage this can certainly hit hard. You can negate this damage completely with resonance. You won't heal from the hit, but you won't take damage either. However, I like to save resonance for the next special attack and just debilitate this one. You can also surge out of this attack, but you have to make sure that you do it at the right moment. Doing this, you will take 0 damage, but sometimes it just isn't worth it if you want to have Telos in a certain place where you don't want to move him or surge away from. The last mechanic is when Telos leaps in the air while stunning you and doing a powerful melee attack. Then he'll slam down, doing a large typeless hit, knocking off your protection prayers as well. You'll always take the melee hit, but if you free them and run away you can get rid of the typeless hit. I like to anticipate before the special so you can resonance from the melee hit whilst you run away from the typeless hit. This does take some practice since there's a melee basic hit as well, but once you get this method down, it can save you a lot of food since the melee hit you resonance is quite large. Now there's another mechanic that can be a little bit annoying, but shouldn't be too bad to deal with. I'm talking about the poison that you get on phases 2, 3 and 5. You can get rid of this poison by standing in the corresponding beam. The damage is not a lot at first, but can add up really quickly. Now on to the four main phases. We'll start off with phase 1. This is the start of a fight, and every so often a yellow beam spawns across the platform. When you stand in the beam, your adrenaline is gained very rapidly, 10% every half a second, so this is very useful for things like Berserk or Sunshine. However, when Telos stands in this beam, the bar on the top of the screen increases, and when this is full, he'll do a very powerful typeless hit, so don't let him stand in the beam. On this phase, Telos does his special attacks in the following order: DPS bind first, then uppercut, and smash down last. Then he'll repeat. Now on to the second phase. Here's a black beam. When you stand in it, you take less damage but deal less damage too. When Telos stands in his black beam, his special attack bar on the top of the screen increases. When it's about half full, he'll start doing an onslaught-like attack where he hits you with magic hits that get harder and harder every hit. I advise you guys to debilitate this whenever it happens, and you can use devotion as a last resort whenever the hits become very high. To overcome this thing as a whole, you should lure Telos out of the black beams completely. However, the beam changes every now and then, and you have to be on the move. When Telos is doing his magic attack and the beam changes, you have to stand in between Telos and the beam, so he doesn't gain more special attack power. Telos has changed his attack rotation on this phase. He now does the DPS bind first, then the smashdown attack, and the uppercut last. Phase 3 is rather sketchy on high Enrage, but it's very doable on low Enrage. This phase, a red beam has spawned that increases damage dealt and damage taken when you stand in it. You have to see this phase as a competition between Telos and you. Standing in the red beam makes the bar on the top go to the left, but when Telos stands in it, the bar goes to the right. Also, there are some yellow minions. Whenever they are alive, they help the bar go to the right, which you don't want. So it's best to kill them ASAP. However, if you fail doing all this together and the bar on the top goes to the right, Telos will start smashing the floor for very hard typeless damage. He can do this in very quick succession, so you have to be very careful on this phase. The special attack rotation is the same as on phase 1. If you're under 100% Enrage, phase 4 is the final phase. You spawn next to a font, and when you damage Telos enough, he'll crouch and it'll spawn 3 minions. The black one reduces your armor, the red one can stun you from time to time, and we don't yet know what the green one does. When Telos crouches on the floor, you have to move to the font ASAP whilst you kill the minions. The font will then hit you 5 times for about 1k damage. When this is done, the font is charged up and you should wait there until Telos throws a dynamite bomb. You have to stand on the font for the bomb to not one-hit you. This is an insta-kill mechanic, so you cannot barricade this. When the font is done and you can damage Telos again, you move to the next font, clockwise. Do the same thing at the second font, but this time once you're done, Telos will throw a way bigger bomb that will hit you for over 5k damage, so it's best to use Debilitate or Reflect and just eat up. When you're done, do the same thing at the last font. There won't be a large anima bomb like the one in the second font though. When you've done all this, Telos is nearly dead. You can now easily finish him off and get your kill. Be aware that on this phase, Telos has changed up his DPS bind special attack and instead now does a weak anima bomb every now and then. You can deflect this bomb if you stand next to one of the fonts and use the reflect ability. This is highly advisable since tanking the bomb drains your overload very quickly. Now this part of the guide is for when you've done some kills and you're now over 100% Enrage. This is where things get interesting. If you're over 100% Enrage, another phase is added to the fight. There's now also a phase 5, with a couple of unique mechanics to it. First of all, Telos now attacks with magic only and attacks hit pretty hard, so Protect from Mage is your way to go here. When the phase starts, there are 3 beams for the first 3 phases, and some minions should spawn right after you enter. The beams are not permanent, they can change color every now and then. You have to look at the color of the minions and kill them near the corresponding font. I have laid out the fonts on screen for you guys so you can see which font is which color. You need to kill 4 of the minions near the font to fully charge it, however when you do this you get poisoned as well. The color of the poison is almost always the same as the color of the minions you get and the font you're charging. So once you kill the minions near the font, rush to the right beam to clear your poison ASAP. Now when the minions are all dead, you are finally free to DPS Telos a bit. Make sure you stand in either the red or the yellow beam whilst you do this, since those can help out the kill greatly. Make sure you also Sun or Zerg or something like that. Some heavy hitting abilities can be done on this phase. After you've DPS'd for a while, a message comes up saying Telos is charged for a powerful anima bomb again. Now run to the font you just charged and tag it to stop him from dropping this bomb. As final addition to this phase, the ceiling can collapse at any moment. This is indicated by some of the small rocks falling down on you. And a couple seconds later, a big chunk of ceiling falls down, dealing heavy damage to you. However, when you see the ceiling collapse for the first time, you can quickly move out and not get hit by the second one. I have made annotations throughout the kill on the background for further explanations of all the mechanics going on in this phase. I know it can be very chaotic, but once you get the hang of it, it's not very hard to deal with all the mechanics. Now we've gone through everything there is about Telos, guys. I've tried to explain all the mechanics as we know them right now, as clear as possible. The only tip I can give you guys right now is to learn the 3 main mechanics by head, so you know when they come and how to deal with them correctly. Learning this will greatly improve your Telos skills and maybe even help you get some juicy loot. Thank you guys very much for watching, have a nice day, and bye!